That saxophone is so seductive. Do you hear that? It just makes you want to just light up a cigar. Don't light up a cigar. I don't smoke cigars, but it's just, if I was to smoke a cigar, I think I'll light up a cigar to that. But you tuned in with Check Your Mental. It's your boy Jumpout alone. You know we giving it up, man, each and every Monday. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's feeling blessed, right? It's beautiful. We got another day of life. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we're not even grateful enough to just giving God thanks. God, thank you. We're here today just enjoying life, man, and just thanking you that you allow us to come in this circle and just be able to give people just a bit of hope, you know what I'm saying? Just a bit of hope that change is possible. And with that, we're going to start with change with me. How was my change process? And when people don't understand that this wasn't an overnight process, this wasn't a 1 year thing, this wasn't a 2 year thing. This was over 10 years of me trying to be different, me trying to want more out of life because I just didn't like where my life was going. You know, in 2007, I was heavily involved in the streets, right? I got cased up. I caught 3 cases in 1 year. Matter of fact, in the same month, in the same week, let me say that. I got locked up November 6th, 7th, and 8th. I mean, November 6th, 7th, and the 11th, right? And I was just doing bad. I was on probation, and I was cased up. Through the grace of God, I was placed in a program. It was called drug court. So by 2008, I pled whatever, and you know, I got drug court. I got drug court for it. So while in drug court, I would say that was the beginning of my change. Because before starting drug court, I had to get clean, right? So I remember one day sitting in my kitchen, like, and I think I had like the drug court interview maybe a couple months before this happened. So I remember I came in my kitchen and I was high as a kite. You know, I just popped a couple E-pills, and it was like 6 a.m. I had a broke night. I had not slept that day, and I remember I came in the house and I was sitting on my table, and I just couldn't stay still, and I just kept saying to myself, like, yo, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm throwing my life away. I'm just getting high every weekend. I'm outside, I'm hustling, I'm cased up, and I'm still not thinking of change. Like, I'm about to get into this program and within the next couple months, what am I doing? And I remember I broke down. I broke down completely, bro. I completely broke down, and I was just like in a panic mode. And I remember waking up. My mom was like, Mom, just get up. And I just broke down. I just broke down crying. You know what I'm saying? I broke down crying on my mom's. And mind you, this is like 2008 or 9 around there. So I broke down to her. And I was like, yo, Mom, man, I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to do this shit no more. You know? And the first thing that came out of my mind was, I want to go to church. You know, I always believed in God, but I never really had a relationship with God, right? So that's when I was first introduced to God. My mom was a friend of this guy that he was an evangelist at a church, at a Christian church. So I met him, and that's when I first got introduced to God. Now I remember them praying for me, and I remember just feeling this calm just taking over my body. And I just felt so good about life. I think I accepted God as my Savior that day, or Jesus Christ as my Savior, my Lord and Savior. So I remember feeling free and feeling so good inside that I just wanted to change everybody and everything around me. And I remember being so happy because for once I finally was letting go of the drugs. For once I finally was feeling free. And for once I was finally doing something good. I wasn't doing nothing negative or nothing bad. The moment I started going to church, I stopped smoking weed and I stopped popping pills. You know, but again, mind you, remember, I was about to start the program soon. So I was going to stop anyway. So during those times that I was in the program, I was doing good. I was complying to life. I was doing everything. I had gained employment. I was doing everything that I had to do to stay productive, right? But guess what? The program came to an end. I actually completed the program 3 years earlier than I was supposed to. So I got off the program 3 years earlier. So I wasn't completely changed, and I thought I had it. So what happened as soon as I finished the program, I didn't have that structure anymore. I went back to the drugs again. So I was still going to church sometimes, but I was getting high, so I feel like a hypocrite. So eventually I let it go. So again, this is all part of my change. Now I kind of like, I'm back again at square one. So now I'm back in the streets full force. So now let's say years pass. Now let's say fast forward to 2012. Now I'm into perks now, and I'm back in the streets full force. Those last 3 years I was in and out, in and out, in and out. But now going back 2012, I'm full force. I felt like, you know what? Maybe this is my life. Maybe it's meant for me to be in the streets all my life. Maybe this is what is. I was accepting failure at that point. I was accepting that this is it for me. I'm in the streets, and this is what I'm gonna die here. This is it for me. So, you know, during that course, a life-changing event happened though. Let's say fast forward 3 years of me being in the life, you know, hustling. I had a job, but I was still hustling, doing my things that I was supposed to do. Now, let's say I'm fast forward to 2015. From 2012, now it was from 2009 to 2012. Now I'm fast forward to 2015. Now 2015, a life-changing moment happened. My close friend got killed. So at that point, that's when I said, you know what, I have to change, because this is it. I can't keep doing this no more. So music came to play a big picture in my life. Music became my therapy. Music became my escape from reality. Music helped me just be free. The only problem was I was still on drugs. I was still getting high. I was still popping perks throughout those years. So I was still dozing off. My health was bad. I was not in good shape. I was depressed at that point. I was very depressed, but I didn't know it was depression. I just kind of like just kept doing drugs and kept doing things to not think about my state and not be in my feelings, not think about feelings. I didn't want to think about that. I don't want to feel anything. So I wanted to be numb. So that's when like the numbing came. But eventually, fast forward to 2017, I was kind of tired. Again, I got that same tired feeling that I got in 2009 when I first started, that feeling of that desperate feeling of, yo, what am I doing with myself? I don't know, what am I doing? I'm gonna die. Now I'm feeling like, yo, if I don't stop now, I'm gonna die. Now that's what I'm feeling now. If I don't change my life now, I am going to die. So now it became more personal. So, you know, 2017 again, that's when going into 2018, that's when I started my journey, when I stopped doing perks. Then I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped doing everything that was harming me. The only thing that I kept probably doing was I smoked some weed to ease my anxiety here and there, you know. So now I'm like, you know what? Now I gotta change. So around that time, I get introduced to Unity. When Unity came, that's when I found, okay, this is what I wanted to do, but this reassured it. Now I got the assurance that I wanted. Like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to help my peoples. I want to be a change. I want to make a difference. So I linked up with Jordan, and I spoke at a school. After I spoke at that school, everything changed after that. I just wanted to be better. I wanted to do better. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to look better. I just wanted to live now. I had the urge to live because I felt like I wasn't living those years in the streets of my life. I don't feel like I was living. I was just there. I wasn't alive. I wasn't enjoying my life. I wasn't enjoying who I was. Every moment was cloudy because I was high majority of the time. So I don't even have memories that are good. So I just wanted to change, bro. I wanted to change. I didn't want to die to drugs. I kept seeing how many people were overdosing. And it was to the point that I was like, you know what? This is it. So I linked up with Jordan. And I started doing community events, getting involved in my community, getting involved into what was going on. And I became part of the solution and not the problem, you know? And that's when my health, I started looking into eating better. I started exercising because also around that time, my stepfather had got sick. And that was due to, you know, the bad diets, the bad eating habits, not taking care of himself, not exercising. So I took the health thing to another level because I didn't want to get old and go through those health issues that I could prevent now that I'm young. So I said to myself, you know what? It starts now and I got to make a difference now. So the change did not come overnight. It was from 2009 all the way to this current moment. And I'm still fighting because it took me 30-something years to get to that point. So the things that I learned in those 30-something years, I'm not going to forget overnight. So yes, I still struggle. Yes, I still have anxiety. Yes, I still get depressed. But you know what? I know how to cope, and I know what to do now. I know that I could do things differently now. I know that I don't have to get high to avoid my problems. Now I could call one of my friends and get some good advice. You know what I'm saying? Now I could go for a walk. I could go for a run. I could go work out. Now I could go work out if I'm feeling anxiety. I could go for a nice long run. There's different things that I do now. So yes, I still struggle. Yes, I still struggle with change because it took me a long time to get there. So it's not gonna be overnight. My change is not gonna be overnight. It's gonna be a continuous process, and till I leave this earth, I'm gonna continue to work on me because it never stops. So I just want to leave y'all with that. Change could happen. So don't give up on yourself. Treat change like a baby. And I have a question for the audience. What is stopping you from changing? What are things that you struggle with change? Leave the comments. Anything you would like for me to discuss on the next episode, leave a comment. Like, subscribe. Buy the merch. We got the Check Your Mental merch. Shout out to every independent person doing something out here. We giving it up. You tuned in with Check Your Mental. Jump out. I'm out.